assertive pull up there. But that 1 second penalty, you know, we've talked about it a lot. It's a new tactic required. You've got to be oh so careful. And look, there he is playing with the bottom there. You don't want to be down there, Mika, because another metre lower and you're going to get penalised. That was the second VTM. Yeah, very, very interesting. But let's think about it, Nick. He's still in third place. That's spectacular flying.
And under the new rules and regulations for the qualifying round in the Red Bull Air Race World Championship for 2019, potentially his first championship point score of the season. But the top three from the championship standings of 2018 are to Julian will go first, Matt Hall, and then Martin Schonker. On screen, current leader, Yoshi Moroya, sets the target time at 53.024. Now, Goulian is next to fly, the second of the American pilots. Goulian, the winner here last year, and third in the World Championship standings for 2018. Can he find the magic of 12 months ago? As Goulian waits for the call.
99 Goulian, you're cleared into the track.
The
smoke
American
on.
Pilots. Good. First thing to do is get the smoke on. No smoke and you'll get a 1 second penalty. Second thing to do is get as close to 200 knots as you dare. And then away you go. 2 is the chicane through gate 3 and then the vertical turning manoeuvre.
10G, that looks a little bit on the soft side, and they're just trailing the ghost plane of Yoshimura. But we know this aeroplane can go fast, so can he build on that speed? Let's watch carefully. You might see the smoke trail change shape when you pull hard. It comes out of the back, not quite a crisp white line. It's a bit more spread out, so that's a very good way of telling how hard pilots are pulling in these turns. Here comes the second vertical turn. It's quite an assertive pull, and I think he's playing it safe there, Nick, but the time is still very, very respectable.
No, he's right on track to go into runner-up position here. 0.396, now into third position. But he's still got another attempt to go to look for more speed. Keeps the G under control from 13, 14, and now home at 15. And that is good work. Into third position for the American.
Number 99 Goulian, 53.400 seconds. No penalties. That's currently holding you in third place.
99, Roger.
Yeah, good clean flying from Mike Goulian there. What would he be saying to himself now as he goes around the hold once? He'd probably calm down a little bit and then say, what can I do that's better? If I was his tacticians, I need to say, you need to squeeze a little bit more on the vertical turns. Other than that, I think it was a pretty good run, Nick. It'll be interesting to see if he can improve in this second quali run.
Good to see plenty of support and fans out there for Goulian lining the corniche. And of course, you'll see some lovely shots of the Emirates Palace as well as the beautiful Abu Dhabi skyline. Here's Goulian with his second pass, looking to go from third to top position.
Number 99 Goulian, you're cleared into the track. Smoke on.
Great shot of the smoke. He's going to follow the ghost plane of Yoshi Moroya. Through chicane, sets up for the VTM.
I love the chicane. It's very kind of economical. It just does exactly what he has to get past those pylons. The chicane flying, we don't talk about it much, but it is actually very tricky to get it sort of perfect. Here we go.
13, 14, then 15. Here we go. Look at him. Tighten the line. Draw level with Moroya. Look for the green light. He's taken the lead. The USA into first position. But Moroya's ghost plane is right with Goulian.
This is fantastic. Oh, it's that incorrect level at gate 7. Just in too much of a hurry to get around the corner. That's going to be a very mistake, and he's going to rue that, because that 2 seconds is going to ruin his chance of staying at the top there.
What a disappointment for Goulian. Almost in control. Another penalty at gate 14. A total of 3 seconds of penalty added to the time.
Number 99 Goulian, 56.024 seconds. 3 seconds of penalties over G on gate 14, and then gate number 7, an incorrect level. Your first run holds you in third place.
99, thank you.
Now, for those of you that don't mind us doing those net time calculations, Paul, he would have gone into joint first position with Moroya if it had kept this penalty free.
Look, here we go. There's gate 6. That's all very nice. Here he comes round to gate 7. And just over-rolling. He did exactly what Nicholas Ivanov did earlier. Again, the double whammy. Not only do you get yourself a 2-second penalty, but there's a period of time where you're going in the wrong direction. So that's an expensive mistake. But exactly as you said, if you take that net time, that would have been pretty good. But good clean flying. I don't think Mike's got anything to worry about. Clearly, with Hall and Schonker coming up, there's a high chance he'll be knocked off that third spot. But nevertheless, he's at the right end of the table.
And Paul, with 2 pilots left to go, Yoshi Maruida is guaranteed his first championship point of the new season. Worst case scenario, he'll finish third. There's Yoshi having a little celebration back at the race hangar. Third position is 1 point. He dearly loved 3 points in top spot in this opening qualifying round of the Tour.
That's right. You mentioned earlier the psychology of knowing the time. You know, Matt Hall would have seen Yoshi's done a 53.0. And, you know, what's he going to do? If I were him, I'd say, let's just do Q1 precisely, see what time I get, and then work out in the 20 seconds
Number
gap.
95 Hall, you're cleared into the track. Smoke on.
Matt Hall for Australia, who lost the World Championship title last season by just 3 points and by 0.3 of a second, begins his 2019 campaign here in Abu Dhabi. And of course, with qualifying points up for grabs, Matt Hall needs a big race here right now. Runner-up to Schonker in the last race of the season. Can he turn the tables in this qualifying round?
I was interested with his chicane. It looked like he was going very wide of the chicane gate, so I'd have expected Matt to be slightly more precise. Let's watch this one. Look, he's gone very wide of chicane gate 1, and that then sets up quite a big arc, and that will slow you down. Here's the second VTM, 10.2. He's playing it safe on the first run.
Controlling the G, which has been the key factor to success in this quali round. He's now heading home. 12, 13, 14, and now the Hamilton 15th gate. It's a banker for Matt Hall, and he'll draw on his second performance to try and get into the points.
Number 95 Hall, 54.454 seconds. No penalties. That currently holds you in 11th place.
That second VTM was far too conservative. It was almost 4 to 5 tenths of a second longer than Yoshi Maruida's second VTM. So I think Matt's got to really just squeeze more, try and get closer to the magic 10.99 G to go faster.
Paul, I think you spotted it perfectly. He's got to tighten the line on the chicane. He needs to be a little tighter, a little crisper with his movement on the stick, I'd say.
Yeah, and let's talk about the chicane. If you go wide, yes, it's very safe and you're not going to hit the pylon, but that means you've then got to pull the nose through the second chicane pylon. That means G, that means drag. Then it's very easy to go wide of the second one. You do this big S-turn through the chicane. Much better, just literally drop a wing past the first one, tweak the nose slightly through the other gate, and then drop the other wing. That's the best way of doing it. If you can do it smoothly, like Juan Villard did it earlier, that is textbook. Matt Hall, though, needs to just tighten up that chicane. That will get him to gate 3 faster, and he can concentrate on the all-important
Number 95 Hall, you're cleared into the track. Smoke on.
Under a little bit of pressure here, I would say, Matt Hall, in his second pass in the qualifying round. He's going to chase the ghost plane of Yoshi Maruida. He was second to Paul Bonham here 4 years ago, but right now, Paul is a long way off that.
Yeah, that chicane looked much better. Looks like he's warmed himself up, and as a result, he's come out of that VTM on fire. Look very close to Yoshi Maruida's time. If he gets this section right here, he's got a chance.
Now, coming to the end of lap 1, 0.02 of a second off the pace at split time interval 1, and Matt Hall is now getting very close indeed, just over 0.08 off the pace, currently flying in runner-up position.
Yeah, much better this time. And look at that, 10.7 G. It might not get him close to Yoshi, but it is going to move him significantly up the table.
0.399, just off Goulian, who sits in third position. He needs a good finish here. Tighten the line. Watch the clock. Matt Hall goes into 7th when he goes up. But that's still a big surprise for the world number 2.
Number 95 Hall, 53.792 seconds. No penalties. Currently holds you in 7th place.
95.
Yeah, what's interesting is that the split times show he slowed down in that second lap. I wonder, that could be an engine issue. We talk about the mixture, you know, the mixture setting is done by the pilot. If you run it too lean, then you'll create a load of heat in the cylinders, and once they get hot, they don't produce enough power. And also, equally, if you've got the wrong mixture, you're not going to get the right power. So that could be an engine setting, or it could be the second lap was slower because he killed the speed with all of that G on the second VTM. They no doubt will be looking at that data later to find out exactly what happened there.
Big surprise from world number 2, Matt Hall, only taking 7th position. Maroya leads, Pete McLeod is 2nd, Michael Goulian 3rd, 1 pilot left to fly. Yoshi Maroya will be 1st or 2nd, 3 or 2 championship points in the new rules for the 2019 Red Bull Air Race World Championship. Now, the defending champion is the last man to fly in this qualifying round, and of course, it's the Czech Air Force fighter pilot, Martin Schonka.
Number 8, Schonka, you're cleared into the track. Smoke on.
He won here in Abu Dhabi back in 2017. He knows, Paul, how important it is to grab those first 3 championship qualifying points with top position today.
Yeah, and there's no reason he can't fly really fast because he's got the same team, the same aeroplane as last year. Look at that 10.8 G. It doesn't get much better than that. Martin Schonka showing us how to do it. A little bit off the pace, though. That, you know, that could be an engine setting thing, but this is good. This section here, oh, look at that. Very late getting the wings level, but it was good through gate 7.
Watch the clock. 0.143 of a second behind Yoshi Maroya. 0.143 has him flying in runner-up position. VTM number 2.
10.2 G, that's good. You know, just emphasising the skill required to nail that is pretty phenomenal. Not only have you got to fly very precisely, but you're doing it with what feels like an elephant sitting on your lap under that G.
Needs to squeeze a 10th or 2 out of the plane on this last gate now as Schonka. It's good, but it's not the podium. There's a second run to come.
Number 8, Schonka, 53.524 seconds. No penalties. That currently holds you in 4th place. 4th place.
Yeah, that's interesting. That second VTM was a little bit off the pace. I thought the G looked good, but maybe with all of that G, it just slowed the aeroplane down a little bit. Or, as I've said, it could be an engine setting. But that's pretty good for your first, given the times we're seeing today, Nick, to post a 4th place after run 1. That's very good.
So Paul Bonham's happy with it. Is Martin Schonka happy with it? Now, Schonka with the last of the day in search of qualifying points. There's the team back at the Red Bull Team Schonka hangar.
Into the track. Smoke on.
All clear from race director Jim DiMatteo. Will Yoshi Maroya win the opening qualifying of the season, or can Schonka come back at his Japanese rival? The ghost plane of Maroya into VTM 1 is just ahead.
And that was a very, very soft pull for Martin Schonka there. And I think that's good. It looks like he's kept his speed, but, you know, whatever's happened, Yoshi has absolutely nailed it earlier in the day. Very, very difficult to play catch-up when somebody has flown that well.
0.05 of a second is